Hello YouTube, De-bodgery here. Alright, I'm going to have to get a lot closer in here in a minute because the T1, it doesn't throw at all. It's got that really shallow reflector in there, so it doesn't throw very well. Whereas the other three lights have a nearly identical reflector inside them, so they throw pretty decently. Anyway, so let's just do a quickie brightness test here. So this has the XHP50 in it in the T1, and I'm going to shine that at the wall. So this is maximum brightness on that thing. Yeah, you basically hold the button down. It'll go through several different settings of brightness. Okay, so there's that one. And now here is the TC15. Same thing, it's turned on, it's already at its maximum brightness. As you can see, it makes a much brighter spot, and that's basically because, well, it's got a much better reflector, whereas the TC1 doesn't. So it basically makes a splash. And, you know, if you look up on the ceiling, so I move this around, you can see it's making a pretty wide spot, you know, because it doesn't reflect very tightly. Whereas this is making a really bright spot in the middle, but not much splash. Okay, so as you can see, that's way brighter, and that's with the smaller LED, and it's basically because of the much tighter focus. It's not because of brightness factor, because the truth of the matter is the XHP50 is going to knock it out of the water when it comes to dedicated light emission. Okay, so now here is this ultrafire light with a legit CREE XML2 in it, or XML rather, and as you can see, it's about half the brightness, which is about what I would expect, because, you know, this is a 2009 XML, whereas this is a brand spanking new XHP 35 LED. Let me make sure that I am... Okay, yep. There we go, that's maximum brightness. So as you can see, it's significantly dimmer, but that's an XML from 2009, and it's still pretty decent. Alright, so I'm going to set that one aside and grab my Magnus Innovations flashlight. So this also has an XML in it, an XML2, and turn that bad boy on. And yeah, there we go, that's maximum brightness. And as you can see, it is definitely brighter than the older 2009 XML. And as you can see, it's very similar in brightness to the XHP35, which is a smaller LED, but it's also a higher emitting LED than is the XML2. So it does have a little bit of a brightness advantage, but not much. Alright, so now I'm going to make another video where I get a lot closer to the wall so you can see the XHP50 versus the XHP35. So give me a second here, set up again, and I'll do that one.